what a libertarian is to me is someone that believes in non-aggression, someone that's anti-war.
I'm glad he admits that they totally dropped the ball on advertising this completely unnecessary shot.
I really just wish they would stop targeting children.
That might have been the dumbest 2 minutes of my life ever. Listening to this fucking.
We love you. You're very special.
Very, very special indeed. I love hearing that man's voice at the end of an intro just for that one little line. Makes my whole day all that much better. And know that the next hour is going to be awesome because Brendan hasn't paid attention to the news because he had a dick foot disease.
It's so true.
I am Dr. Chicken at Barkin Cluck on Twitter, of course, and the man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah, the dad
of dads.
Brendan. Yeah, you catch me on Dad's Worldwide Podcast. And yeah, I had according to the doctor over there, I had a dick foot. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. No, I've been really just
science.
Just busy with the business, and trying to run your own business is quite the chore. So yeah, been not really paying attention to other than the New Hampshire primary. After that, everything quieted down, so it was really nice.
Well, since you are the resident New Hampshire, what do they call people in New Hampshire?
I don't even know. New Hampshireites?
New Hampshirees?
Yeah. Freedom lovers.
Dick footers?
Dick footers. Free staters, some of us.
Yes, Free State.
Yeah, Free State Project. Yes. It was interesting. It was interesting to see on the news how awesome Nikki Haley was, and how much New Hampshire loved her. Yet I couldn't tell you where I could see one of her yard signs. I couldn't tell you. I haven't met one. I talked to a lot of people. I'm in and out of people's houses, and I never met one person that thought she was even an okay candidate. Never mind rah about her, but the polls just kept showing her neck and neck, and I was just I don't know, I don't see it.
How many people on the board of Lockheed live in New Hampshire?
Not enough. There's a lot of Raytheon and BAE though, believe it or not.
Well, yeah, that could be it.
There's no joke, a ton. There's at least 2 or 3 BAE sites, and probably more that I don't know about. And then Raytheon's got a couple as well. So, and that's just in the Nashua area, Hudson and all that stuff. So, yeah, so there's, you joke about it, but there's part of it that's here.
Yeah. I do want to give Nikki Haley some credit in New Hampshire. She gave me ammo for my my campaign to not get people to vote or to stop people from voting.
Yeah,
she was a prime example. Yeah. And leave it to the GOP to give me a great example of why voting's bullshit. So when they did the exit polls, they were asking, and they even had they got the one prime interview that they had with the one guy that was like, oh yeah, I abandoned my Democratic label so I could vote in this. And they're like, oh, okay, so who you voting for? And he's like, well, I voted for Nikki Haley. Okay, why is that? Oh, well, it's better than Trump, and I'd rather have her on the ticket than Donald Trump. Okay, well, if you're gonna vote for president and Joe Biden and Nikki Haley are on the ticket, who you voting for? Oh, Joe Biden. It's like, there's no integrity. These mud democracy people are fucking with the democracy that they so lovingly just bend the knee to.
Okay, but if Republicans wanted to close it, then close it. Why? And then why is the state even involved in the stupid primary selection anyway? I mean, it's silly. It's absolutely silly. Yeah,
the whole thing's dumb.
Yeah, I mean, you could literally just go do your caucus with the Republicans, and you all vote. You idiots put the orange man up, put Nikki Haley up, put up some other D-bag that you think is going to do fine, And then
Well, in New Hampshire, they have to have Dickfoot.
yeah, I mean, they'd be lucky to have
Otherwise, they
Dickfoot.
don't qualify.
They'd be lucky
I
to
bet
have
Nikki
Dickfoot.
Haley has Dickfoot.
Yeah, no, she wears
Maybe that's what
heels.
she was talking
You
about, the
can't hide-
ammo.
You can't hide Dickfoot and heels. I tried.
Well, she said she had like ammo or some shit in her heels. Remember that?
I looked up
stupid
Nikki
fucking thing?
Haley quotes here. I got it right here. Oh yeah. I wear heels and it's not for a fashion statement, it's ammunition. That doesn't even make sense. Like this is supposed to be like good quotes.
Unless you have Dickfoot. Unless you have Dickfoot, then it makes sense.
It does not make sense.
This whole time she had Dickfoot and we didn't know.
It's more nonsensical than Corn Pop is a bad dude. It's like, oh god.
Did you hear the conspiracy theory that Tim Pool put out about Corn Pop?
No.
It turns out like Joe Biden had all these kids at the pool like playing with his hairy legs in the water.
Oh
and
Jesus.
was like all like sniffing them and touching them and stuff. And Corn Pop got all fucking mad and was like, dude, leave those kids alone. And that's why Joe Biden doesn't like Corn Pop, because he called them out in front of the kids.
Is that really just a theory?
I know, right? It's totally
I
plausible.
mean, that's completely plausible. Yeah.
And then the Clintons got rid of him.
Yeah. Corn Pop. You mean? I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Joe's still kicking. Yeah.
Corn Pop happened to be a friend of Hillary's, and
Yeah.
she's
She's
only had
happening.
like 42 friends die of suicide.
That's it?
Well, it used to be 32, I think, like a year ago. So
Oh my god. Jesus.
Well,
I
just
like
don't
how
make
we-
friends.
I like how we don't even throw out the allegedly anymore. It's just
Yeah.
we'll just throw that. I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, you got when we're like, if anybody's taking any of that serious after we just talked about Nikki Haley having Dickfoot, like, come on. Or even touting that Nikki Haley had a chance. But yeah, the exit poll said 70% of Democrats were the ones that voted for Nikki Haley in New Hampshire.
That's awesome. And just think about how many so if Democrats hadn't voted for her, she would probably be at like what, 15%, 20%.
Yeah, if that number's real. Yeah.
If that number's real, right? Like, so think about this. So like even half that number, right? So she would have gotten like maybe like 4 delegates. Like maybe
That'd be
3.
funny.
Like, oh my god. Like, I don't know what she's in the race in case he goes to jail. Let's be serious. That's the only reason she's staying in. So
Well, that's what we thought about DeSantis or Vivek too for a while. So I don't know.
yeah, that was really strange. Like, I literally heard him on a podcast 2 days before that being like, I'm in this to win it and blah, 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 blah. And then 2 days later, he's like, I'm out.
Deuces.
Yeah, like, peace out, mofo.
Trump, where's your ring? I need to go kiss it real quick.
Yeah, right?
Please give me a job when I'm done.
Yeah. So,
yeah, that's what
so
a lot
Trump,
of them want.
Trump promised him a nice cabinet seat, I'm sure. So,
Thoughts on who Trump will pick as VP? That's the wild speculation.
Ooh.
But
I mean,
while Nikki Haley ruins her chances,
Vivek would be great, right?
I think he would be, but
it's not going to happen. I think Tim Scott might be a runner for that.
oh god.
I didn't say it was a good choice. I'm just saying I think that's probably
My
what they'll
name's
do.
Tim Scott, and I'm pretty monotone, and I just say, the normal politician-y stuff.
I like to say good things.
America's great, and we need to keep Social Security where it's at and not mess with people because we're conservative. And being conservative means you don't do anything at all. And with your vote, I promise that I will do nothing at all to fix anything. That's what Tim Scott's campaign was.
It's so funny that you say that, because I was talking to my brother the other day and he brought up politics. I try not to do it at family functions because I get loud and not like angry.
All right, motherfuckers, here we go.
not angry. No, I just like, I'm like, no, but he was talking about how Trump pushed the right to the radical right. I'm like, well, what's your definition of radical right? I'm like, because I'm way far right of like anybody that's in Congress right now,
Right.
like anybody. So like, what's your definition of radical? And it's so funny. It just turned into me telling him like, well, what? Like you keep saying conservative and like radical right and radical conservative and all this, but what are they conserving? I was like, Donald Trump spent more money or just as much money as Obama in like 4 years. Like, so what is he conserving? What is he radical about? He's not radical about small government. I can tell you that much. So
Nope.
he's like, well, in that metric, then nobody in Republican is conservative. I'm like, ding, 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 ding. I'm like, yeah.
You got it.
I know. See?
All right, now recalibrate all of your arguments and like come back to me and let's go again.
Yeah, let's try this again. But no, we have good conversations. He's a thoughtful guy. So but yeah, it's I'm often defending Trump because of
Oh, that's usually how it goes.
I don't like. I'm just
damn
like,
it! Stop making me do this.
I'm like, stop making me do this. I don't like this son of a bitch. So,
no, that's the classic. Most people's opinions are assigned to them, because of whatever they watch or whoever they follow.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They don't think it through. They
No.
you know.
Well, because they soundbite. They're soundbite news, right? Like soundbite news. So they hear a sentence, they're like, they don't have to think
really
about
good
it. They're like, that
too.
sounds really good. Yeah. So yeah, Tim Scott, I think is. I mean, that would be like the diversity hire if Trump didn't learn his lesson, right? Like from the first time. Because let's be serious. I mean, he was the worst at picking people to be in his cabinet by his side. I mean, just the absolute worst. John Bolton, Mike Pompeo. I mean, Bannon was probably the best out of most of them. Scott Atlas probably after that was probably the best. But then he was like too late. It's like, Scott Atlas was way too late. Bannon, he kicked to the curb because of whatever. I forget what it was, but
well, Bannon's he's more populist than Trump is, and he was.
I'm not even saying he's good. I don't. I
think he's great. I just think
he's
Bannon.
I think he's better than most in that realm of thing. You know what I mean? Like he's better than most. You know. So, but like of all the people that he surrounded himself with, like there's two that you could be like, yeah, he was smart about that. It's like
right.
What the hell? So so if he didn't learn his lesson, then I think Tim Scott is like probably one of the front runners right there. And then if he did learn his lesson, then I really think that he needs to like punch people in the face. And I think that's Vivek. Like he'd be like, yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah. If he doesn't have Vivek as VP, like he's got to be like Secretary of State, or like he's got to be a forward-facing like damage control guy. Like,
well, that's where he's shittiest at too, though. We don't want him in the like Secretary of State or like Department of Defense. Well, maybe Defense. I don't know. Like he's kind of shaky on Israel. He wouldn't admit that they were committing a genocide.
Well, they all are
Palestinians. True. I mean, but
there's nobody that's good on Israel right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Did you see that shit on CNN? I didn't watch it on CNN. I think it was Breaking Points like pulled up like where they were like they're even bombing fucking graveyards now. Like they're just bombing everything. And they took one of the CNN reporters to a graveyard and said, "Hey, look, that's where the tunnel was." And he's like, "Well, where's the entrance to the tunnel? What are you talking about?" "Oh no, I can't take you there. But like there was a tunnel right there." It's like the CNN goes, "Fuck you, dude. Where's the tunnel? Like, where's the entrance to the tunnel? Show me that exists and I'll believe you." He's like, "No, I can't take you over there. I can't do that. It's not safe." Like, what the fuck? Like they're just, they don't give a shit. They're just trying to do that. Look, I showed them where there was a tunnel here. Like, I don't know. They put tunnels under graveyards. This whole Jewish tunnel conspiracy thing, like they're taking it a little too far and saying it's not us, it's the Palestinians. It's like,
and the funny thing, well, not the funny thing. They just have absolutely zero credibility at all anymore. I mean,
Oh, it's so bad.
They just flat out lied and then got caught in their lie, and then we're like, well, I mean, they were bombing the refugee camps that they were sending them to. Like, how do you even trust those people anymore? The problem is the United States is one sending them bombs. Like the government, the United States government is bombing the Palestinians. However you look at it, they're supporting them, and it's gross.
We're not
it was the
pushing the
same thing
button,
in Yemen. It was the same thing in Yemen, and they did nothing about it. And that was Trump. That was on Trump too. He could have stopped that. He didn't do it. So that was Yemen, not Israel. but yeah, yeah, it's super gross. And we're just watching it happen. Like what the F is NATO for if not this?
To be a deterrent to Russia. Don't you know there's a Ukrainian war going on? And at any moment, Vladimir Putin's going to grow horns and some devil wings and go and invade Poland just like Hitler?
Yeah.
That's what we're supposed to believe anyway.
Yeah. I heard that.
Meanwhile, we're also supposed to believe he's got cancer and he's terminally ill and he's weak. But goddamn it, he's going to fucking destroy all of the goddamn Baltic states any goddamn minute. But he's weak and he's losing the war and he knows it. Like, what the fuck? Which way am I supposed to fucking follow here? I don't understand this goddamn timeline.
He's a psycho.
Oh my God.
He's a crazy person that thinks rationally.
Yeah. What about Trump picking, like, oh God, I cringed so hard when I heard this, but Trump is supposedly leaning towards needing a woman VP.
So
is
Sarah Palin coming back?
God. Oh my God. I can see Russia from here.
I would rather her than Nikki Haley.
Dumb.
I'd rather her than Nikki Haley.
The only one was who's that one in Arizona? Carrie Lake.
Yeah. They say that Carrie Lake.
I don't see her doing it though. She's running for Senate. It doesn't make any sense. Why?
You don't think she would?
Why would you run for Senate if like?
Well, I mean, if Donald Trump hasn't asked her yet, then.
Well,
I don't know. Like, I think that Carrie Lake would be a good one. Although for someone that's never been a politician, she's like super politician-y.
She was a news reporter anchor.
Yeah. Did you listen to the interviews with Michael Malice?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So she wouldn't answer straight in some of the questions.
She's good at that.
Yeah.
Did you hear the audio tape get leaked when they came and told her to like not run for 2 years?
No.
I know you've been out of the news for like 2 weeks. So
yeah,
it was like 6 months ago. She was doing an interview and she goes, after all this happened before me running for Senate, I had a high ranking official come and tell me that very powerful people wanted me to stay out of politics for the next 2 years and I need to step aside and they would pay me and all this other shit. And so it was like everybody was like, oh, bullshit. Like every politician's going to have some bullshit story like that, no, she leaked the fucking audio tape of the head of the GOP of Arizona fucking said that almost word for word and said, and then there was extra shit in there where she's like, you tell me who this is. I will go talk to him. He goes, oh no, I'm not going to do that. Next thing I know, I'll be, unlocking my car and
what the fuck?
I was like, whoa, dude. Like they're all focusing on the fact that this was real. I'm like, he just flat out said they would kill him. Like, why is that the headline?
They're gonna freaking IRA freaking car bomb him. Like that's not okay, man.
So everybody was like, I can't believe she leaked the tape. I'm like, dude, I can't believe she waited this long to leak the tape. That's a big fucking deal. You don't fucking bribe people like that. Like, holy shit. She obviously was recording herself. So like, but she's a politician and a former news reporter. What do you expect from her? Of course she's recording her fucking conversations.
Yeah.
But yeah, it comes out that whole fucking thing was true. I'm like, whoa, she just got a fuck ton of credibility from me on that because I thought it was crazy, kooky conspiracy shit. Nope. And then when you hear her on that recording and then compare that to her talking in podcasts, it's the same. That's who she is.
Yeah.
Even those like weird, like dance around answers. That's just how she is.
No,
Like that's her, but like, you know, but like never given a definite answer on something, you know, being
Yeah.
politician-y.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's how she was acting towards her friend, the head of the GOP, in this recording. Like she was, you know, slick, sly, and dodgy on some shit while they were like talking when they thought it was just them. So that gave me a little bit more comfort in her of going, okay, so when she's dodging shit in real life, she's probably just like this. Like, okay, like I can accept that if that's just who you are and that's how you act. I'd appreciate that then rather than, you know, being different behind closed doors.
Yeah, I mean, she's not any worse than any of the other ones, right? Like, let's be serious. No. Like, she's better than Nikki Haley.
Oh, and she'll
take her
piss
over
so
that.
many people off.
Oh yeah, she would not be. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, she's always just had that professional demeanor on that. When the two or three interviews that I've heard from her. Yeah, and did she dance around questions? Yep, sure has, sure has. But same thing with Vivek, right? Vivek sounds like the same type of thing. You know, he's there he's running an election. You know, he's there to run election. You know, Carrie Lake is running an election. You know what I mean? Like that's So, yeah, I think that would be a good choice. But
just the fact that he said, or if he said that, or if that's the aim, like I shit on Joe Biden back in 2020 for saying, well, I'm gonna pick a woman of color. Like it wasn't because it's a woman of color. It was just like, oh, I'm gonna play identity politics. Because that's what like Nikki Haley's playing identity politics. Like,
oh yeah,
I'm like, stop. No, like you're gonna lose so many people when you do this identity.
Well, that's the
politics
thing.
shit.
That's the thing that scares me the most is that Trump is going to pick her for VP because because it's a diversity hire or whatever. But like that, and it's a woman, and she's a woman of color or whatever. And
but I'd love to see Carrie Lake rip Kamala Harris apart.
Oh,
wouldn't that be fun to watch?
Let's be serious. Even Nikki Haley could probably rip her apart. So
yeah, Vivek would crush her.
Oh my God, cream her. That would be the best.
She'd be on her knees for different reasons this time.
Singer.
Yeah. There's the other thing that came out in the news. You're gonna love this. James O'Keefe. Formerly of Project Veritas.
Yes.
Now he's doing his OMG media now.
Yep.
He did a date with Biden's head of like cybersecurity. Guess what his disguise was?
What?
A big pair of glasses. This dude spilled the beans on so much shit, and he's like, "Oh yeah, everybody knows Biden's like losing it, but he's not like clinically, no doctor signed off on it, and they know it. Everybody knows it in the White House, and we know Kamala's a disaster. But what do? You can't fire the first, black female vice president. How are you going to spin that? So now they're just stuck with her for this election cycle. So like everybody's pissed that how this all turned out. And then James O'Keefe, I haven't watched the full clip yet, but I just saw the preview, and he's like, takes off the glasses, puts them aside, and goes, how do you think people would feel that you're sitting at a table in a meeting with James O'Keefe? He's like, James O'Keefe? He's like, I think I've heard of that. He goes, yeah, I started Project Veritas. And you're in a meeting with James O'Keefe being the head of cybersecurity of the White House.
Like, oh my God.
I was like, that wasn't this guy. So he like posted, he goes, I wonder if that's all I got to do is color my hair and put on large frame glasses and nobody knows who I am. Everybody was like memeing him like it's Clark Kent. He takes out his glasses and Lois Lane's like, oh my God, it was you the whole time.
I did see something about James O'Keefe, but I didn't click on it. So I was like, whatever.
Oh God. It's hilarious.
That's so funny. And it's amazing how many people don't know. Going back to having a conversation with my brother, I'm like, he's losing it. I'm like, how do you not see that? And
Everybody sees it.
no, but seriously, like the media covers for him. They don't show half this. Like the people that we listen to have the videos and make fun of Biden for, handshaking in midair and like all this stuff, saying bibbity bibbity, in the middle of a speech,
Shut up, dickfoot.
yeah, yeah, and but like even when he was getting elected, when they were running for president, I was talking with a guy. I'm like,
bad.
it was just like I was like, he doesn't know what city he's in. I was like, it's actually quite sad. And this old man that I'm speaking with is like, oh no, he's very lucid. And I'm like, I'm like, I don't know what press conference you're watching. I said, but the ones I'm watching, like, he doesn't know where he's at. And
Are
so
you
even
lucid?
then, so yeah, right. Seriously.
Mhm.
So like we said before, right? Soundbite TV, the media and yeah, they're just covering for this guy big time. Because, and he's running again. Like, how is that going to happen? I don't understand. How is this not going to happen?
He's getting worse too.
Oh yeah, he's so bad. And someone said to me like, "Well, Trump's not any better." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if he is. Like, I'm not voting for either one. So like, I don't give a shit. But can you really compare how Donald and then that guy?
Trump's pretty spry. He's old as fuck. I don't want him in there at that age either, but at least he's spry. Motherfucker will eat like 4 Big Macs today and a couple Diet Cokes and then start calling everybody out. And he might even grab someone by the pussy.
Grab a pussy or two. Yeah. You never know. You never know. So yeah, I don't I really like I don't know how you look at Biden and think like this guy's gonna do another 4 years.
Well, he hasn't finished the first 4, so I'm still wondering on that.
I don't know.
We got there's it's got a long 9 months before election day. He's got I don't know if he's gonna make that.
Well, he's got he's got about 11 months left to change it over, right?
Yeah.
If he wins, he's got another so it'd be 5 years, right? Like like how does this happen? Like,
well, he can't live in his basement this time, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Anyway, God, that's depressing.
Scary.
Yep. Yeah, makes me want to fucking contract Dickfoot. Jesus
so Nikki
Christ.
Haley, New Hampshire, even close to Dickfoot. Nikki Haley, even close to Trump in the New Hampshire primary was a farce. It was all media hyping her up. It was bullshit. Trump won by like 10 points. He took the overwhelming majority of electorates, delegates, right? Like there's zero chance, almost zero chance. Like she'd have to win. She's not winning South Carolina either. It's her own state. She's gonna get embarrassed there, and I can't wait. Honestly, if she stays in the race, I can't wait. She's gonna get embarrassed in her own state. So,
that'll be fun.
That'll be so much fun. So much fun. Yep.
Now you haven't paid a ton of attention to news lately. You've been watching football though, right?
Yes, the only thing I've actually been watching on TV, pretty much football.
All right. Yeah. How do you feel about Taylor Swift?
I think it's really important that she's in every game, and then every time Travis scores a touchdown, is that they show her immediately. I think that's really important to the game. Yeah,
it's really it is really important. That's what I've learned over the last couple of weeks. And then what was the other thing I learned over the last couple of weeks? This was an actual fucking Facebook post by somebody that I actually know, and
oh no,
I was just like, oh dear Lord.
I think I know where you're going with this.
So it's a picture of Travis Kelce with his arm around Taylor Swift. And the caption says, "Your daughters are watching you hate Taylor Swift for supporting her boyfriend and hearing you complain about their taking 60 seconds of airtime out of a 3-hour game. What they hear is be smaller, be less, do better." Oh, I fucking hate it when anybody ends anything that says do better. Fuck you, pretentious cunts. So, and then the quote is,
Whether you love her or hate her, I cannot agree more with this more. I'm like, oh no, somebody I know fucking fell for this. Oh
Yep.
God, it was
Yep.
gross. So the comments are like most of them, like one person's like, I'm more annoyed at the State Farm commercials. Fair enough. Like
Okay.
those are really annoying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of all the things wrong with the NFL and in the entire world for that matter, I'm like, I don't know how you put those things in one sentence. Like the things wrong in the NFL in the entire world for that matter. What?
Okay.
I can't believe there are some that choose to complain about this. Okay. Using that logic, we should all be upset that they're showing all the other players' wives and girlfriends and moms and daughters with that throughout the game. No.
That's the actual point though. Like no one's saying like Taylor Swift should be smaller or just go the fuck away. It's just that most football fans don't give a shit about Taylor Swift. They're there to watch the football game.
Yeah, we like to hear the cool story about, the mom who raised her son through homelessness and raised him to be a good man. He went to college, got his degree, and now he's in the NFL and he bought her a house and now she's at the game. And like that's a cool story. You want to hear that as a football fan. You're like, yeah, hell yeah, my dude's the shit. He took care of mom. Like that's a fucking cool story. Now let's look at Taylor Swift. Why? Stop it. So I put, if anyone's daughter is impacted that much by Taylor Swift, you have bigger problems than what I'm going to say in a football game. And I say some awful shit.
That's great. Great response. Fantastic response.
If you're really that worried that somebody in your house is talking too much shit about Taylor Swift and you're afraid, oh no, you're telling our daughter to sit down and shut up. No, I'm not. I'm saying there's this lady that's worth $1 billion in an industry worth like $10 billion, and they're feeding each other. And it's almost like I'm watching two people just suck each other's dicks. That's what I see. I just see money exchanging hands and cum flying all over each other's faces. I'm like, nobody should watch this. That's all I see. Was that a good analogy?
Yeah, I don't think I could put it better myself. Yep. Come flying.
I give you a good picture. Everybody's just got a picture of like
I was
Randy Marsh sitting back in this chair, just covered in cum right now.
I was just thinking like 2 girls, 1 cup type shit.
Oh yeah.
Same thing.
I think it's fucking. It's the gross like modern fucking bullshit we do with celebrities and how we're supposed to fucking worship them and like if you say anything to any lefty in criticism of this, then you're attacking Taylor Swift and you are a fucking blowhard conservative that's losing your mind and you just hate No, I don't fucking hate Taylor Swift. I just don't like to watch rich people fucking suck off other rich people and do this whole like bullshit. Like anybody actually fucking cares. There's betting lines right now that he's going to propose after he wins the Super Bowl. The whole thing's like blown up on Twitter. NFL's rigged because they all think the Chiefs are going to win now because of Taylor Swift. And this whole thing was pre-planned because they started dating. Like the conspiracy theorists and the fucking conservatives have come out and shown their fucking goddamn, like the QAnon people were bored and they were like, the Taylor Swift thing was QAnon all along. Like, shut the fuck up, guys. Like you are making this worse.
Q told me. Well, yeah.
All you have to do is ignore it. If you just ignored it, it would have went away. Now they're all trapped. Like Benny Johnson had this fucking huge like conspiracy rant on fucking Twitter the other day. I was like, bro, no.
Let it go.
He lost his fucking mind. Go. He sounded worse than Alex Jones. Even Alex Jones was going, fucking, I don't know about that shit. Drives me insane.
Yeah, that yeah, I just don't. I like the Taylor Swift thing is just, it's ridiculous, and I've seen multiple of those posts, the ones that you're talking about, and
they're all like, make it a psyop. They're like willing a psyop into existence at this point. Like, oh fuck, it's not a psyop. Fuck it, it's a psyop. Make it one. Like,
everyone would said it was scripted when they saw purple and the purple and red and gold, like the yellow, you know what I mean, like the Baltimore and San Fran, and then that didn't happen. Now it's like, well, now it's scripted because of Taylor Swift. Like, yeah, she's crazy.
I liked when Phil, our good buddy Phil KOE, was like, I told you all, I knew who was gonna win. I was like, Phil literally looked at the mascots and went, the Chiefs are playing against the Ravens. Well, an Indian chief should be able to kill a raven. Like, and that's how he picks the winner.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's like picking by color.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Which, I don't know. It's NFL. That's why I'm not a big NFL fan. I haven't been for a long time. Like, you can blame the players, the refs, but like even in the AFC and NFC championship games, you see people not trying. Like, literally not trying. Like,
Yeah.
It drives me nuts. These guys are getting paid tens of millions of dollars.
Well, some of them are getting millions and millions of dollars, but yeah.
Well, yeah, like,
yeah,
they're just big muscular guys, and like,
bashing
I get
each
it.
other's head. Yeah,
I get it. If you're the guard,
making as much money. Some people in there. So
I get it. If you're the right guard, and then they throw it out to the flat, like, you're probably not going to make it over there.
Yeah,
like I get that. That's not who I'm talking about. I'll watch like a tight end go out, make a block, they'll throw, and after he makes that block, like, that's it. He could still run down and make another block. No, he made his one block. That's all we need. We don't give a shit. And then he'll just be like, he'll just be walking back to the QB, be like, "Did you see? I got one block." Like what the fuck are you doing, dude? The play's still going.
I did my assignment. I did what I was supposed to. Yeah.
It drives me nuts.
Yeah, I gotta say, Patriots had a good run, so I've been a fan for quite a while. So
yeah.
Yep.
And then Belichick fired.
Yeah. That was gonna happen. You know, 3 or 4 years you suck. It's gonna happen. You're gone.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Even after that run.
Yeah.
That's just the nature of the business.
Yep. Unfortunately, I figured he'd be around for one more year, but what do I know?
Oh, the other shit with Taylor Swift is they were saying she, because of an Instagram post, she got 33,000 people to register to vote.
Okay.
No, it's not real. Like 33,000 people did register to vote, but it was like the national voter registration day. And then the place where she had a concert, they took the data from that, and there were like 33,000 people signed up to vote. Well, when you like break the numbers down of like, okay, versus last year, how many more people? It was like an extra 8,000. But it was like, well, how many of them like signed up like for Republican instead? Like, huh? So it's like it's just a fucking. It's silly that the Republicans are giving her all of this power, and it turned into this like Streisand effect. They're like, Psyop, Psyop, Psyop. Now everybody's looking at Taylor Swift, and now they're just coming up with so much stuff to just like make her look as innocent as possible, because she is. She didn't do anything wrong. I think secretly the Benny Johnsons of the world are mad because she's a country girl and she was supposed to be conservative. And she probably has conservative values, but the Benny Johnsons of the world fucking run her off and look all crazy. So she's like, no, I'm just not going to affiliate with that party.
I mean, if you're in Hollywood or the music industry, like you're not a conservative. Let's be serious. You're not.
Yeah.
And you get drummed out of, and it's not even nice. Like you don't even get drummed out nicely. Money. But you are the society when you have that much money. You think if she changed her mind that people would tell her to fuck off? No way. She is loaded, and she just keeps coming out with hits. She could be her own label. She doesn't need anybody else at this point. So, I mean, she has.
She did go to war with Soros.
On
Did you
what?
know that?
No, I didn't know.
So she was trying to buy the rights to all of her original music,
yeah.
and some other company that was funded by George Soros
Ah,
outbid her
yeah.
and bought it out from under her. So what she did is she put a kibosh on her original shit, went and re-sang and re-released all of her own music.
Nice.
Every album, every song, she went and redid it all. So she still has intellectual property on all the shit they bought, but she redid it all. Now she owns it all. So like she can shut their shit down while they ended up backing out after she did all that. I don't know how much money they lost, but they had to end up dumping that whole project. But I was like, good for you. She took down
Hell
Soros.
yeah. She should.
Yeah.
How is that? How that should be her property. It's her
Yeah,
song.
well, when you sign with a label that early, she was pretty young.
Yep.
So she probably didn't have a good
Oh,
lawyer.
I'm
back
sure
then.
she signed it over. Billy Joel got fucked over. So like,
Yeah.
I mean,
A lot of them get fucked over.
yep.
Yuppers.
Oh yeah.
So you betting on the Chiefs to win?
No,
No.
I'm going with 49ers.
I'm going
I
to be
just don't-
rooting for the 49ers because I'm so sick of this shit.
Yeah. No, that's really like,
You know
I'm-
what? No.
I
I'm
love the
changing my mind.
49ers. I love the 49ers. I think
I'm changing my mind. I want this to happen. I'm going to will this into existence for Benny Johnson.
Okay.
I want the Chiefs to win, and not just win. I want Travis Kelce to score 7 fucking touchdowns. And then he's going to propose to her out right there in the end zone. And then he's going to fucking strip her down right there on live TV and just bang her.
Interesting.
Right there. Right there.
Interesting.
That's
Yeah.
I'm going to will that into existence. 7
quite-
touchdowns from a tight end in the Super Bowl. Totally possible.
That'd be quite the post show.
You heard she had a whole bunch of AI porn shit happen too, right?
No way, really?
Yeah.
God.
God damn, you gotta.
Dude, I told you when you messaged me, I'm like, man, I haven't paid attention at all. I have been so freaking busy. So
yeah, all the Swifties out there got all upset because, and this was a Streisand effect thing again. Nobody really knew this was a thing. Like it's, I guess it's been a thing for a while. There's all kinds of celebrity AI porn all over Twitter. I didn't know this. And then as soon as somebody like went viral by like calling somebody out for Taylor Swift AI porn, which was literally like AI pictures of her getting fucked by the whole goddamn Kansas City Chiefs team and shit.
my God.
I only got to see like the blurred versions before they scrubbed the internet. I'm sure they're still out there. I didn't look that hard because I didn't care. But but like it was obvious what they were doing. And so like that blew up, and then it caused everybody to start searching for it. Wow, Twitter actually had to shut down. So if you look up Taylor Swift AI on Twitter, you get no results. Like they shut it down. You can't search for it now, which is silly. Like, but they did it to themselves. Like you screech and moan, and then everybody wants to know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's hilarious. But yeah, I heard she's got a night of the Super Bowl that she's got a concert, so she's going to be in Tokyo or something like that. So they're gonna have to set up a remote viewing, so when he scores a touchdown, they can show her in Tokyo. And yeah,
ugh.
yeah. I actually I'm rooting for the underdog, Brock Purdy, and I'm not sure he's really that much of an underdog. They have a great team, so
Brock Purdy can fuck off only because his brother played for the Huskers, and then he jumped onto the transfer portal after the end of the season this year. So fuck the Purdy brothers.
Just angry.
Yeah, he just ditched us.
Ditched it.
Fucking little
Getting out of
bastards.
Nebraska. I've been there.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
I don't blame you. I got the fuck out of there too, but
yeah, you went to like a
Yeah.
barren wasteland. I mean, what does that say for Nebraska?
well, yeah, but it's a sustainable one. Farmers didn't cut all the fucking trees down. Goddamn.
Oh man.
Price of
But-
corn got so goddamn high in Nebraska a fucking few decades back. They were like, see those 4 trees at the end of the goddamn property? Cut them down. I can get 5 more stalks of corn over there. Like,
Nothing to
goddamn
block the
farmers.
wind now. Yeah.
And
Way to
Phil
go.
Phil will not argue with me on that one. That is absolutely true. What happened?
Yeah.
Yeah. Corn's how high? Why in the fuck are there trees over there? We need more corn over in that corner.
Yeah, talk about government subsidy. There you go.
Yeah. Nebraska loves them some corn, and they love some government paid for corn.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, ethanol.
That's for sure. I got my property tax statement in the mail today.
How'd that go?
I didn't make enough money on my farmland to even pay my tax.
Oh shit.
In a state that's really low property tax.
Man, you have a lot of acreage though.
Apparently not enough. Or too much. I don't know which way to look at it.
You're gonna have to cut some trees down.
I was like, I looked at my statements of like how much I made from selling hay bales, and I'm like, And then I looked at how much I owe in property taxes. I was like, this isn't lining up. Do I get a tax break for this? Like, there's got to be something. Like, I didn't make enough money to pay my taxes. Like, this is bullshit.
Well,
We'll see how that shakes out.
Most people don't even get a little bit of hay to offset their taxes. So there's that.
Yeah. I got to find a different crop. I don't know how the fuck you're supposed to. I don't know how the fuck unless you have like they have it set up so with all the taxes on farmland, you know, even if you're considered ag, like you still get taxed the shit out of it. And like unless you have thousands of acres, you can't overcome it. It's like, yeah, it's pretty crazy.
State and towns got to get their money, right?
I guess. Anyway, yeah, fucking taxes. Even my son,
the roads.
My son this morning, he's like, "Are you gonna pay those?" I was like, "I'm thinking about not." And he goes, "What happens if you don't?" And I was like, "We'd probably lose the house." Dad, you should probably pay those. Like,
yeah.
He's like, yeah, I know, son. I was like, I got a lot of ammo though. He goes, I don't want to do that.
Yep.
I haven't taught that boy enough yet.
Yep. But no, taxes are voluntary. So
totally.
Yeah, totally voluntary.
Not with any threat of violence or theft at all.
Nope.
Don't you dare. Nope.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Don't you dare. Somebody signed for this.
Don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby. Yeah, someone signed for it. I don't.
Oh yeah. Everything's a psyop these days. Get on Twitter. Everything's a psyop there. What was the other big psyop that's going on right now? What in the hell? Why can't I think? I had another one lined up for you. I was in the news this week that you're going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
What the hell, Bobby?
Yeah, God damn it, Bobby.
God damn it, Bobby. That boy just ain't right.
But I don't know. The news has just been pretty stupid, slow, and annoying because it's just conservatives making themselves look dumber than usual. Believe it or not, this week has been a negative week for conservatives in the news.
Nice. Good. Fuck those people. I was getting 12 texts a day minimum from Trump, Haley, and a few from
Aren't
Vivek.
those fucking annoying? I'm in South Dakota and I get one a day.
Oh my God. I was getting 12 minimum a day. And after the primary, boom, nothing. Like nothing. And I gotta say, like, I don't know who gets convinced by these. This is like the flyers in the mailbox. Like, who
It's
gets
old
convinced?
people.
Yeah, like,
old people are like, there's a link and Donald Trump wants to take me out for coffee. Yeah.
yeah. I can go to breakfast with Vivek. Hell yeah, I will.
The other psyop, Texas. You been hearing about the Texas border?
Oh yeah, that they want to put like razor wire on the border, and like the feds actually told them that they can't.
and then they put it up anyway.
Yeah, they should. It's their fucking border.
And they've kind of been telling the Fed to go fuck themselves.
Good.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And now everybody's like, Civil War. I'm like, it's a psyop. Here's the problem. It's like it's this Eagle Pass area is what they're really fighting over. It's a small section. Like everybody looks at this.
Tiny.
Everybody's looking at this like, oh my God, Governor Abbott's putting razor wire across the whole goddamn country. No, it's about Eagle Pass and the federal government, which this was funny as shit. So the federal government's like, you can't put the barbed wire in the water. And they're like, okay. So they back it up and then they put the barbed wire on state land. They're like, there you go. They're like, well, now the Border Patrol can't get over there to help the migrants get processed. They're like, so we made a barrier that people can't get through. Like the Border Patrol can't get over there, so that means they can't get over here, right? Like we made a barrier to it. Yeah. They're like, so yeah, but what if they are drowning and need help? And they're like, maybe you shouldn't try to illegally cross the water. Like,
maybe you shouldn't jump in the river. I don't. Is that
like I don't know. Like they have all the room on that side. They can go help each other. Like I don't know. Like it sounds awful. The whole thing's awful. But I thought it was funny when they were like, "You can't put that barbed wire up. Then the Border Patrol can't cross it." Like, so it works. Like. So wait, we put that on there.
So the Border Patrol is trying to go into Mexico
by order from feds, I guess, is what the news is saying is that the Border Patrol is being told to go grab these people that cross the river and process them, but they can't get across the barbed wire or the razor wire that the state and the National Guard put up. I'm like, I don't.
Okay.
Again, it's a small area. I find it fucking dumb on both sides that anybody's fighting about this. They're like, oh my God, World War. Oh my God, we're gonna have a Civil War. Oh my God, what happens when somebody accidentally shoots a Fed or a Fed accidentally shoots? Well, one, it's not gonna happen. Two, you know what's happening right now while y'all are fighting about that little spot? All the migrants just went down like a mile and crossed over there. Like,
yeah, let me clue you in, you listeners about coyotes.
You listen to Mr. Dickfoot here. He knows what he's talking about.
They're pretty. Is that
good where you got Dickfoot?
Yeah, from the Rio Grande.
Sounds like a place you could get Dickfoot.
Yeah, you definitely get something from that fucking river. I have friends that fall in and they're like get like 10 shots afterwards.
Like, honey, how'd you get chlamydia? Oh, I was at the Rio Grande.
Yeah, all she can do is just like, all right,
I got Dickfoot, chlamydia, right. God knows what else. Like, I might be covered in glitter. That has nothing to do with it, though.
That has nothing to do with Dickfoot. So the coyotes are those are the nickname for smugglers, right? So those guys or girls, I don't know, whatever. But they're really good at what they do. And if they can't get people across in one section, they'll move states. They'll move miles and miles and miles away and start shoving people to where they can get people through. That's just how they work. They're not stupid. So yeah, the fact that they did a razor wire for probably not even a half mile, quarter mile, it ain't going to stop these people. They're going to keep pushing people through. They're going to keep pushing people in the United States, and the United States is going to keep processing these people and releasing them into the mainland. So don't worry. It's not that big a deal.
It kind of is, but it's not.
It is a big deal. It is a very big deal. When this happened, so George Bush, so I was a Border Patrol agent from 2006 to 2015. So what was that? That was Obama.
Yeah, end of Bush, most of
end of
Obama.
Bush, and pretty much all of Obama. So, so they call it discretion, prosecutorial discretion, right? So,
Mhm.
so in El Paso sector, they'll start prosecuting people. So what did the smugglers do? They moved to Arizona. They moved to California. They moved to southern Texas. You know, like these people know this is not their first rodeo. So as soon as the
Right.
federal government says, right, because they can watch the news, right? As soon as the federal government says we're not going to prosecute these people, we're going to welcome them with open arms. What happens? This is what you get. This is what happens.
Cheap labor.
So
That's all it is. It was funny. Somebody had called out. I think it was a Congress. I think it was somebody in the House. I can't remember, but somebody was all like, "Oh God, was it Nadler? Was it Jerry Nadler that they did this to?" It might have been. He's such a fucking retard. But they were like, they were having a hearing, and they were like, the reason all of these migrants are coming in and moving to some of these areas is so you can get more people into the population, so that gives you more representatives in that population because you count them in the census. And he's like, well, they can't vote. It's like, no, that's not what we're worried about. It's that you will count them in the census, which would give you more representation inflated in an area where they can't vote. But they can't vote. Be like, no, you fucking asshole. Like, you're gonna count them. They're not voters, but they're gonna count as people. And that will give you more areas that already vote for you. You'll get another one of you. Like, how can you not see this? Like, like Nadler was dumb enough to not understand that concept of how, like, I don't know, remember redlining, gerrymandering? Like, they're basically doing that with migrants. And they're like, oh, we can't move the lines of these. Okay, well, just fill it up with migrants. We'll count them.
yeah.
It's a long game. It's a long haul game, which is smart. It's a smart game.
But then these people are probably, let's be serious, they're probably voting. I mean, like you can get fake IDs.
Oh,
you
they
can
will
fake
by
Social
then. In
Security
New
card.
York,
Oh
yeah.
no. Even now, I'm telling you, some of the documents they get are straight up pretty freaking good. Like that was like one thing that I was pretty decent at as a border patrol agent, is identifying false documents. And I'm not saying I got 100%. I got a lot of them, but like like some of them are
There's a
really,
lot of
really, yeah, they're really good. Like a Social Security card. There was an alien we got on the northern border, and he presented us with a Social Security card, and I would say most of the people in my office that night was like, "Oh, how do you get a good Social Security card?" I looked at him like, "No, it's not good." It's like it, and I'm trained. Okay, so and then my
Yeah.
supervisor sitting next to me is telling me it's a good card. And I'm telling you, I'm like, no, that's not a good card. Like I'm telling you. So I'm trained. My supervisor sitting next to me is also a border patrol agent, but not that good with fraud docs. You're telling me that someone that is collecting IDs so people can vote knows what
Right.
what a valid ID is?
And it's
Really?
not hard to fake a birth certificate.
You can get driver's license from China for $50.
Oh, China.
China. I was in a bar the other 2 days ago fixing a backflow preventer, and the guy had a whole bunch of fake IDs stacked up in his office, and I'm like, "Hey, are those fake?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Can I see them?" He goes, "Yeah." He showed them to me. They look good. Like you'd never be able
Yeah.
to tell. So this is my point. These people, like they'll vote if they want to vote. You will not stop these people. They collect welfare, they collect Social Security, they collect all of
Yep.
this stuff, and you can't tell me they don't because I've seen it. I've seen the
Oh, they
cards.
do.
I've
It's
seen the
open.
stubs. I've seen everything. Like, and then what's even worse is if they get here on refugee status and they're not. They get paid like rent for 2 years. They get income for 2 years. Like there is so much wrong with this system. that it's crazy town. It's crazy town. So
and now it's just like 20,000 of them a day.
Oh yeah, and you're telling me that none of these people are going to vote. Maybe the overwhelming majority won't vote, right? Like you could tell me like the overwhelming majority,
but they still impact the voting electorate. Like they impact us so much,
of course,
just by being here. And,
of course. Yeah. It was Vivek that said it in one of the debates. It was like because they're planning on overwhelming us with migrants, and that was the plan.
Yep, and it's working. Yep. Even so, that's probably, I don't know.
Dang.
Maybe that's the red pill of the day or the black pill to wrap everything up with. But I don't see it getting any better. Even
in the near future,
even if Biden gets removed, no matter who, which would probably be Trump that replaces him.
Yeah.
Even if that happens, one, Trump is not competent enough. Like, he'll do some good things to try to shut it down. He'll overreact. He'll cause panic, and then you'll see just like we've talked on here. You'll see the goddamn corporate press lose their goddamn mind. You're gonna have AOC pointing at nothing out of a cage again. Like, there's gonna be so much fucking until they get their way. It's like a petulant fucking child versus a petulant child. It's like Trump is a petulant child, and then like the Democrats as petulant children. It's like, oh, everybody's gonna be screeching until they get their goddamn way. Well, I think it's true. I think it's too late. I think this country, it's too late to fix it. I think it's too far gone, personally.
Well, I think it's too late to fix the federal government. Like they're too far gone. They have way too much power. They don't truly represent the people anymore. There's no taxation with representation at this point. There isn't. There simply isn't. They just spend money like it's going out of style.
There's a uniparty that's allowing all of the shit to just fall apart.
Duopoly, uniparty, whatever it is. Like the fact of the matter is they will raise the debt limit with a wink and a nod, which means the Fed is just printing money, and so they have way too much power. How does one person represent 1 million people? How does one person represent 250,000 people? We've just outgrown the way that our government is structured, and it needs to be restructured. And the fact of the matter is, so 530 some odd people cannot represent the whole country. It's just not possible. It isn't possible.
Nope. Yeah, and that's the only like big government thing I ever proposed, and it sounds gross when you say it, but it was like the House of Representatives, like each one of them have way too many constituents that they can't represent. They can't. That's too many people.
Away.
Like it needs to be dumbed down quite a bit. And like, as gross as that is, you need more representatives to actually make any substantial change. But still, then you're just so fucking many people.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like you like the idea is like you wouldn't have just one. Well, okay, our founders did not believe in a wholly, well, not all of them anyway, in a wholly like central government within DC, right? Like they didn't believe that they had all this power that they could stick their thumb on
the
every
states to handle all the shit, and then when the states couldn't handle it, and there was a dispute, then the federal government.
There was enumerated powers. They were supposed to just take care of those. That's it. Let's be serious. They've way overstepped all of that, right? Okay, so just barring that, but I'm just saying, like, so why not make like 4 or 5 of those little governments, and then break the country in the United States into like counties, right? I mean, we're in the age of the internet.
Before they break themselves into counties. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm saying like yeah. So we have just like a
what they would do.
Yeah.
If you did that, they'd be like, okay, we'll make 5 little governments, and then we're gonna have a government to rule the governments.
Oh yeah.
So there would
yeah.
be like a double Fed.
Yeah. I really don't think.
What do
there
you
should
do
be-
when this Fed doesn't like that Fed and this Fed doesn't like that Fed? You need a Fed to control the Fed.
I really don't think there's anything that the states can't handle at this point. I really
No.
don't, especially with the way that our communication is. Like that was the hugest thing, right? Like the idea that like communication was horseback back then. Like now, now I mean
Right.
at the push of a button you can send a message in a second. So
Yeah,
the
there's so
idea-
many jobs that are redundant in the goddamn federal government right now.
they're the largest employer in the United States.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Should tell you
our tax money is going to that. Like, I mean, this is ridiculous. So
I'm like, how many federal employees do you know? And like, you talk to them, be like, hey, like, how hard do you work? like, I know a guy that does immigration from like, basically he just reviews paperwork from like college professors that are coming to get a visa to work here. And stuff like that. And he just makes sure, but it's rich people. Like he doesn't deal with anybody that's got to actually do anything. He just verifies their paperwork. That's literally all his job is. I go, well, how many people you get a day? It's like, I don't know, maybe like 5. I'm like, so you review documents of 5 people a day? Yeah, it's a pretty cool gig.
yeah, he
like,
probably makes really good money too.
Yeah, he makes really good money. He works from home. He goes to the office once every 2 weeks just to check in, make sure everything's fine, and turn in papers. Like everything he printed off, he's got to file it and take it to work and put it in a filing cabinet, and then he gets to come back home and do it again.
Crazy town.
Like that, like, ugh. Sign me up. Like,
I'm pretty sure I could do that right now.
Yeah, I probably could have got his whole week's worth of work
and
done.
and run my plumbing company.
Yeah. And probably make more. Probably make more filing paperwork for
probably
half a day.
Yeah, probably. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I can't work for them anymore. It's just the grossest thing. Yeah, but
hurts your soul.
It does.
Yeah,
it does.
But that's okay because the end is nigh, or something like that. Or we're gonna. Oh wait, God, no. That's why.
What did you do?
Here was the last one. We can make this quick.
Okay.
This hurts my brain to even say it.
Oh no.
They're trying to push Robert F. Kennedy as the libertarian presidential candidate.
But he's not a libertarian.
Right?
Okay.
People want him on the ballot in all 50 states, and if he can't do it, the libertarian ticket's the only way he can do it.
I will be so pissed if they fucking do that.
Homeboy Dave Smith said, with his stance on Ukraine alone, we are an anti-war party, or not Ukraine, Israel.
Israel, yeah.
It's like his support for Israel alone disqualifies him, and I will do everything within my power to make sure the Libertarian Party does not put him on the ticket.
This is the same bullshit that they've been doing for years with. As much as Gary Johnson is way more than a fucking libertarian than Kennedy is, he's still not that great. And then Bill Weld
was so bad. That's why you couldn't put Bill Weld at the top of the ticket, because he was on fucking Epstein's Island.
Yeah, I'm like, this is just incredible to me. Like, why do they keep putting these people on? Like, oh, well, they have name recognition. Fuck their name recognition. Like, the idea is you stick by some damn principles. The whole point, these other parties don't even stick by their own damn principles. Like, you're supposed to be the principled one.
Even when you lose.
Yes,
lose every time, but you'll lose with principle.
Lose forever. I would rather you lose forever and be principled. This is why I will even remotely call myself a libertarian. Like, this is why, because at least I joined the New Hampshire party because they were actually throwing out some good social media and like just beating people over the heads with libertarianism. So I was like, I'm in. I'm gonna join you guys. And now they're like backing off. So now I'm like, now I have to revoke my membership. I'm like, damn it.
Yeah.
But they're still good, but they're still fighting to keep it going. I know a lot of the guys now, so like they're still fighting to keep it going. So, but yeah, just fucking I would rather you lose and run a good candidate and run someone that is principled in your, I can't stand this bullshit that they keep doing. So yeah. If they do that, I don't know. I mean, like, it's no threat to them that if I'm done with them, like, they don't care. I don't care if I'm done with them because, like, I don't want to hitch my. I always felt weird about hitching my wagon to like anybody, right? Like to any party or anything like that. I really felt weird about that. And I actually joined the New Hampshire Libertarian Party and I was like really nervous about it. Is that weird? Like I felt
no, it's not. I was the same way in Iowa.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was like,
but like the Iowa dudes were the Iowa team was great. And we got the Mises party in there and a lot of that group's still in power there, which I'm totally fine with. But moving to South Dakota and like, I can't wait to do this to Phil live on a show someday. When I moved to South Dakota and updated my voter registration, I was like, do I even like, cause am I going to vote?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. But I was like, no, just for one troll. Just so I can say, I have officially not registered as a libertarian. I have joined a very popular voting bloc that is growing as of late in record numbers and is becoming one of the largest voting blocs in America. I am non-party affiliation.
I thought you were gonna go with like the Forward Party or some shit.
No. I was like, no.
They're not growing at all. They're not growing.
It's like Phil's gonna be all like GOP. Did he? Oh, he's gonna be a Republican. No, non-party affiliation.
Yep,
that's what they call it in South Dakota.
I am actually technically in New Hampshire undeclared.
Yeah.
Yep. So.
I was in Iowa. I was a big L. I went in for the LP big, but yeah, the LP in South Dakota is like non-existent. There's like, I don't know. They got a Facebook page with like 122 guys. That's like it. But granted, there's probably like 122 guys in all of South Dakota. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say your population is pretty small. So yeah. I mean, New Hampshire.
Your penis is small. Oh, you said population. Sorry.
Damn, man. Have you seen my dick foot? Yeah, New Hampshire is purple, so it's crazy here. Like it's just nuts. Massachusetts has just sucked the life out of Southern New Hampshire. So it's
the Iowa caucuses. Watching all that shit on the news, like all of that shit was like 20 miles from my old house. Like,
yeah,
I could have been right there in the thick of it. Ramaswamy was in Indianola house like 8 times. Like. I used to go to Indianola that was like my county seat. And that was like, I used to go fishing there.
That's awesome.
I'd go there all the time to the farm store. Like, I don't know. I was like, God damn, I missed out. And then South Des Moines, that was like 10 minutes from my house where they were having all those convention centers. So I was like, I used to go to all those places all the goddamn time. We have meetings there all the damn time for work.
I just want to show up to one of those places with a microphone and just talk to people.
Yeah. Yeah,
there went
my chances at media fame, being able to chase them all around and get some good sound bites.
Done.
Fucking ruin that because I wanted to, to live free and pay less taxes. God, see where that got me.
Suck it.
Oh, it would be worse if I was still in Iowa. Ugh.
Yep.
I fucking hated Iowa. I'm a Nebraska boy at heart. You were born, bred, and raised to hate Iowa, and to know that their corn is inferior.
That's great. Remind me of the grandmother in The Good, the Bad, the Ugly.
Yeah.
I don't trust them Huskers neither.
Well, we call people from Iowa Iowegians. They're Iwegians or an acronym, idiots out wandering around.
Jesus.
They can't make an acronym for Nebraska. There's too many letters. So.
Yeah, there's too many letters. Yeah, I'm sure they can, but
it'd be dumb. They're all fucking retards over there.
Jesus.
Except for the ones that aren't, but most of you are.
So. IRL.
Yeah. Shout out Josh Smith. No, he's not from Iowa, so he gets away with it. He grew up in Oakland, so and he never jumped on the show, so I gotta give him shit.
Yeah, fuck you, Josh. What's up with that, man?
Fucking Josh. Josh had
that dude's a saint. I love that guy.
Yeah, he's cool, dude. I like him. I got to meet him in person a couple times. He's legit in person.
Yep.
He had Owen Benjamin on his show.
I fucking love Owen Benjamin.
My god, it was fun to watch because sometimes you don't know if Owen's fucking with people or not.
Yeah.
And Josh Smith took it like a champ, like whether he was fucking with him or not. Like you could tell he was like, is he fucking with me?
Yeah,
he's like,
I don't know.
He's like,
I don't know.
But I'm live right now. Let's roll with it. Like, but Owen Benjamin, like he came at Josh Smith like Josh Smith was more of the anarchist libertarian, which he kind of is, but like he's not hardcore. He's not a Michael Malice, right?
Yeah.
So in the whole time, it's funny because then as he's talking to Josh Smith, and he's like, that little shit, Michael Malice, that little midget Michael Malice with the tiny dick, like he keeps calling Michael Malice out, and they would call out Dave Smith and talking shit on both of them, and be like, these motherfuckers, they'd be getting raped if it was anarchy out there. There ain't nobody there to save their asses. It's like I'd make Dave Smith my fucking slave just to prove a point. He's just talking mad shit. Like and kudos on Josh because he didn't make it uncomfortable, and he didn't like clutch his pearls. He was just laughing with it and went with it. But he went hard. So Owen Benjamin just like spent the whole last like week and a half. Now that you're getting back to normal, now that your dick foot's all cleared up,
yeah,
you gotta look up libertarian and anarchist podcasts that Owen Benjamin went on, because he has stumped a bunch of them. He's been really fucking with them hard and really making them think. And it's been pretty fun to watch. I've been more of a fan of Owen Benjamin this week than probably ever. Just because he's like, no, I'm gonna shut down this anarchy talk because all these anarchists, they're just gonna make the world a shittier place, and here's why. And like but he's got sound arguments, so it's like, and it's fun to listen to, and it challenges like somebody who's anarchist minded like me. So like, okay, like let's pose his situation to my situations, and like it's making me rethink some things. So I appreciate him.
Yeah, no situation's perfect. That's the whole point.
No. Yeah.
No situation's perfect. Like whether it's a libertarian society, whether it's an anarchist society, like it's never going to be perfect.
Yeah. The way he posed it though was like, okay, if this was truly an anarchist society and there's no government, like, are you going to make it? He's like, I'm not saying I'm like, the best person in the world, but he goes, I can defend my property. That's half of it. If a government's not giving me a deed and is going to protect that deed, I need to defend my own border, and I can do that. I can defend myself
until you can't.
Yeah, and he admitted that, and he goes, "But how many of these motherfuckers live in a goddamn condo, like bitching about property rights? Fuck you! I'm gonna come take your shit and make you my slave." And I was like, "Wow, yeah, he's got a point." It's like they ain't nobody. A lot of these people probably couldn't. Now I know Michael Malice is like, I'll hire private security, blah 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 blah. But like, what's money though?
But even so, like even either way, like how many angry motherfuckers out there are just gonna like go take other people's shit? Like I mean, and then how many of them are gonna get shot? Well, I'm just saying, like there's gonna come to a point in time where like there's going to be a rise in like people trying to steal shit, and there's going to be a rise in people getting murdered for trying to steal shit,
right.
and then they're like, oh yeah, that's That's why we don't go try to steal shit. And then that's gonna come and like it's gonna balance out. So
my ultimate thought is eventually, like if you just took the federal government out and state governments out, and it was just pure anarchy, and there's no like no state, it doesn't exist. People will make many versions of it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Their localities will appreciate, and then like it's gonna be like, I don't know what it would look like today with technology and being able to communicate so well. I think we would see a civilized version of little nation states pop up that will better represent their own people, which I think would actually be great. Like, let the people that live in, whatever city down the road do their own fucking thing and leave the farmers alone. And you want food from the farmers, we'll trade and we'll make deals with you. Like, unless you motherfuckers want to come farm my fields, like that's what it's going to be.
Yeah, I agree.
It'll be quick, easy, and there'll be people that can mediate these things, and people that can, like, everybody will play a role. I think it would actually be better for everybody, and it'd be more sane, I think. But there will be the shit of defend your property, because if nobody's there to protect your property line, then yeah, some people are gonna lose some shit.
Yeah, I mean, again, we're assuming that there's going to be a bunch of aggressors out there, and there
won't be a bunch, but enough.
There's going to be a few.
Problems.
There's going to be a few. Yeah. But there's a lot of guns. There's a lot of guns in the United States. So
I gotta. I know somebody who really likes to steal stuff, and whenever I catch him, stealing stuff, he says, "Someone said I could have this."
Well, okay.
You're gonna have those people. We all know that one klepto, that one piece of shit that just steals shit from people.
But how much of society is really gonna go off the fucking deep end? And like I'm not. You're probably not, right? Like,
no, there's a couple motherfuckers I'd love to shoot, but they won't come steal my stuff. So,
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if someone comes on your property to steal your shit, you're gonna shoot them. Like, that's just the way it goes. But I mean, like, you're not gonna go to your neighbor.
I'm not gonna go hunt people.
Give me your food stores. Like this is not happening. Like, I want to.
I don't know, the guy that owns the parcel next to me that lives like 4 hours away, I'm probably just gonna take his land because he ain't coming. But.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a snowbird and like you can farm his land, like I don't think whatever, he ain't coming back. So
yeah, he ain't coming back.
Yeah.
Anyway, this was fun. We should do a whole nother one just on anarchy.
On the anarchy, yeah.
Make a scenario and game.
Let's get Owen Benjamin in for that one.
That'd be fun,
dude. I love that. That
dude's so nuts.
I remember the first time I saw his stand up, I was like, this guy's not fucking funny at all. And then I don't know what happened. I think maybe it was the next stand up I saw of him. And I'm like, I fucking love this guy. I don't know what it was. I don't know.
So do you know who Bryson Gray is?
No.
He's like a libertarian conservative, like rapper, Christian rapper. Anyway, if you look him up after this, it's great. So he went on Bryson Gray's show, and he was wearing a shirt, and it had a date on it, and it had a bike on it. And it said like never forget and the date, and there was just a bike sitting there. And they go through this whole show, and this Bryson Gray dude's like, "What the fuck, man?" Like, and he eventually calls Owen Benjamin out. And he goes, "The fuck's with your shirt? And like, why is my birthday on there?" And Owen goes, "What the fuck are you talking about?" He's like, "This is a picture. I had a buddy of mine make this shirt for me. This is my bike that got stolen from me when I was 6 years old on my birthday, right after I won the award for being the best newspaper delivery guy." He goes, "I won an award, and then somebody stole my bike on my birthday." He goes, "That's your birthday?" He goes, "Yeah, I was 6 years old on this day when this bike got stolen." He goes, "That's the day I was born." So they didn't just have the same birthday, but the day Owen's bike got stolen, it was the day this Bryson Gray guy was born. So the whole time Bryson Gray's thinking he's fucking with him with the stolen bike fucking meme. on his shirt. Like he was like, is he doing the black dude stole my bike thing? Like he's fucking lose. Like in the back of his mind, you could see the tension build. And then at the end of it, they're laughing their ass off because now it's just a big joke and a weird coincidence. And
That's
and
hilarious.
Owen's like, synchronicity, man. This is great. The world works in mysterious ways. But
That's crazy.
But yeah, like fucking, it's cool when shit like that happens. But yeah, that's another one. You got to watch that Bryson Gray one because it like you can feel the tension build all the way through that interview, and then all of a sudden, the bike thing comes up.
That's awesome.
It's just it's a beautiful moment. Beautiful moment. All right, I think we can wrap that up. Appreciate y'all tuning in. This was fun. Brendan, we need to do this more often.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Seems like it's only when I'm in a hotel I can seem to sneak it in, but god damn it, I'll just start staying in hotels more often.
More often? Jesus.
I guess. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Seems like once a month I'm in a hotel, but yeah, I'll make it like once every 2 weeks. And this fucking hotel room just got really hot. Maybe I'm getting hot flashes.
Yeah. Talking about that stolen bicycle.
Yeah, it gets me
Getting
all
you
worked
going.
up. Anarchy, stolen bikes.
You have an anarchy boner.
Yeah, well, it's better than having Dickfoot.
Yeah, true.
Anyway,
True.
Brendan, where can the folks find you?
www.dickfoot.com. Also,
we should buy that website.
You motherfucker. Oh god. I have a skin infection and you make fun of me. All right. You can find me at Your Politics Sucks or Your Politician Sucks on Twitter, the X, whatever the fuck people call it nowadays. And then of course my fabulous podcast, Dads Worldwide. Come check it out, please. We don't talk politics.
Dickfoot.com is for sale.
Excellent. Good.
It's available.
Yeah.
So,
I'm really afraid. I don't know anyone that would click on that. like Dickfoot. I'm curious, but I'm not that curious.
You never know. That might be how we all get famous and rich. I don't know.
Oh God.
Change our podcast to the Dickfoot Show.
Yeah. Find me on OnlyFans.
Apparently. All right.
Dickfoot.
Thanks for tuning in, folks. I'm Chicken. Find me at Bark and Cluck. Until next time, as always, appreciate you. Love you. Bye.
What a libertarian is to me is someone that believes in non-aggression, someone that's anti-war.
I'm glad he admits that they totally dropped the ball on advertising this completely unnecessary shot.
I really just wish they would stop targeting children.
That might have been the dumbest 2 minutes of my life ever. Listening to this fucking